All right.
It's live. It's live.
We're live.
It's live, everybody. Woo!
Yeah.
Yep, it's Saturday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Somebody has the stream on, so
Yeah,
if you could turn it off because we're echoing.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure that it's
All right.
off. I think it's off. Yeah, I just got a notification. I was like, "Oh, what is this? Is it off?" Okay.
It is. It is live with technical difficulties, but we're working it out, guys. You know, we're just like, this is me. Okay, this is the real me. I'm bare to you. You can see me for all of my nuts and bolts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding. I'm Alisha Rayne here at the workshop Saturday night. We got a lot of really awesome people. I'm from South Dakota, and all of our guests tonight, they're from Canada. So we're going to have a really north side representing show. So this is going to be super fun. Basically, the first round is going to be a subject that they were given ahead of time. They're going to do about however long, 3 to 5 minutes. Just kind of the go-to for that, and then we'll just give them some feedback, and then we'll kind of go through everybody, and then the second round will be our own material that we brought with us. So, going to be a good time. First person, we're going to go ahead with Kurt Russell. He's going to be first. Linnea's going to be second, and then Michael, you'll be third, and I'll go last. So we're going to go ahead, start with Kurt Russell. What was your subject? And then we'll let's hear it.
Okay, cool. My topic was dinner parties. I actually had a hard time with this one. I was surprised. So I find dinner parties a bit of an awkward affair. When you get invited to somebody's house, what's the question they ask? They ask a few things. One of them is, what the question that you ask is usually like, what do I bring? One of the strangest things I've been asked to bring is a chair. And like, did yours get stolen? Do you normally sit on the floor, but you're just not willing to purchase seating for your home if you do choose to entertain? Or maybe they just can't afford chairs, and they're just hoping that we might leave them behind. One of those things. What's another answer? One of those other, I find the hardest one is bring nothing. Does anyone ever get that bring nothing answer? It's like there's no point in your life that trains you for this. We're used to bring your own beer, so this is scary, right? There's no manual, there's no course, and our parents never told us this could happen. You know, if we bring BYOB, then people could be offended. You know, like Zelensky who's an AA, could be there, right? And you don't want him to cross us off to step 9. If you bring food, someone might be allergic. You know, like Zelensky, again, he could be there and he just might drop dead because he's gluten-free now. Or you could bring nothing and Zelensky shows you up again. All I know is that one thing that I find difficult about dinner parties is I have a hard time with people's names. My short term isn't the best, so people will tell me their name and I'll forget quickly. What helps sometimes is when they have name tags, but it only really works if it's on another guy, because I feel awkward looking at a woman's name tag. It's not because the reason why I don't know your name is because I'm being polite. I find that
oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! It's frozen.
With the new distancing rules nowadays, I'm frozen. No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm back. All right. Have I
You
gone
were
over my
frozen?
time yet, or I have a bit more? So
I missed
Do you
the
have any
last
more?
hello.
Did you have any more,
Oh,
or was that it?
Oh no, we're
I-
frozen.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're just a little laggy on the internet.
Oh no, how long?
It was right after
Yeah, I
you
do.
said you're polite
Yeah,
by
I
not
do.
remembering
I have
names.
some more.
Okay,
Is my
yeah.
internet going bad?
Your internet's not the greatest, but we can hear you okay.
Okay.
There we
Yeah.
go.
The,
Oh,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The reason no girls' names. I'm being. Um. yeah. I find though it's like with the name tags on the shirts could cause a lot of fights. Right? Either you look creepy or you get into the fight if you have your wife with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she asks you, "How do you know all these girls' names so well?" It's like, oh, it was a good guess. I know her from before. You know. This is why with masks and social distance, we're probably going to see people in smaller houses wearing masks because they can't do the 6 foot thing, and then people in richer homes they'll be doing the 6 foot thing without masks. I think that masks could definitely help people who have a problem with names, who are awkward like myself, and just if you write your name across your mask, it would really help people like me out. But yeah, another thing about Zoom is with this COVID stuff is now everything is done over Zoom. So I mean, if you get invited to a dinner party, there's a lot of things you can do now. One of them is when you get invited to a person's house. Oh, was it what? Oh no, okay. It's awkward. Good guess. Oh, okay. For one thing, like pants. How many people want to be wearing pants all the time, right? Um, when you get invited to somebody's house, you have to put on pants. That's a big problem. How many people wanted to put on pants? Probably not very many. And how many people wore pants? Of course, everyone wore pants. The miracle of Zoom now is now you can go pantsless into somebody else's house, and it doesn't even matter. And no one's offended by it. It works if you don't have AC, but I mean, if the other guy does have AC, then I guess it's not good. I'm missing out on AC. Yeah. My stuff just kind of fell apart because they're all like, I wrote it out in chunks in like 5 different places, and I'm like shuffling up and down. I didn't organize it yet, but
that was great.
thank you. Thanks.
All right. Thanks so much, Kurt, for
No, thank you.
sharing with us. That was awesome.
I also did the same thing too, so don't you worry.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we all kind of, with these like subjects, you only have a week to write, and you're kind of like, what should I do? So we're all kind of have that different kind of block style of writing for sure. I can say the same. But Kurt, thank you so much. I'm gonna say for the no pants thing for the Zoom dinner parties, a good thing would be bring your own pants.
Bring your own pants, okay.
Or like a pants optional kind of dinner party, but we don't want to get too into that. But the bring your own pants is good. You're talking about the masks with the name tag. I would say, hello, my mask's name is this, something like that. And I feel like the mask is a poor man's name tag.
Yeah.
Something like that. And then you were talking about like, the situation where your parents never prepared for you for that. That whole bit was really good, really funny. Ratcheting up the drama with that.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good. But my question is, what would happen if you brought nothing? Like maybe ratchet up that drama a little bit more.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah. Some really good stuff. Linnea, do you have anything to?
I was trying to think. Yeah, I like the idea of the whole how masks are kind of a sign of less privileged. Kind of reminds me of like a masquerade. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Normally those are fancy though. Yeah, I was trying to think of. I was just so entranced. Didn't really take any notes. Yeah, the whole just bring yourself and how uncomfortable it is, because you can't just be your true self in public. Like you can't just be walking around doing that.
Yeah.
I don't think. Or what would that look like? I don't know if you truly just were.
Well, I have a bit on how the Chinese CDC put out an advisory for its citizens to wear pants when COVID started.
That's perfect. That's all in line with this.
I know, I can weave that in.
Oh, totally. Yeah, that's like it can kind of expand on an existing bed. I really like that. I just like the thing about being polite and not knowing women's names. That was good. Yeah, that was good. It's great.
Oh, thank you.
All right, good stuff. Michael, do you have any response?
I thought it was really good. I'm not really good at giving inputs. I'm really new at this, and I suck at giving input.
That's fine. Okay. I do too usually.
It was really good though. I liked it. It was really funny.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Well, some great input from Michael. So really yeah, good stuff. So very cool. I think you're talking about doing like a masquerade thing. So you could be like, poor people would wear their name tags on their thing, and then you can do rich people would do like a masquerade kind of thing. So you could kind of add that all together.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and then I like the whole like bring a chair thing, and you could kind of make it seem like the people are plotting that, where you're like, oh, I accidentally left this thing. No, you didn't. I don't see it. That kind of.
It's a coat and chair check at the door.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So I think you have a lot of good stuff. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly. They're cool with that. It's cool.
I like that idea. Yeah, this whole grand scheme of you bringing something to trick you into leaving it there because they want to collect your shit. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta branch off that.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Kurt Russell, thank you so much. I am never not going to say both of your names. I'm sorry. It's too good. Let's see here. Do we have anybody in the comments? Not yet, but if anyone wants to leave a comment, any sort of tag to any of our jokes, we appreciate it. I do read them. So very cool. Linnea, we're going to go ahead and go to Linnea. Let me go ahead and switch this out here. So, Linnea, what's your subject? And then give us about 3 to 5 minutes.
Sounds good. I probably have less than that. So my subject was composting. So, like your compost, stuff that you use to fertilize gardens and agriculture. And I kind of had trouble with this one too, surprisingly, because I kind of jumped around. I kind of looked at the compost bin in my yard, and then that kind of reminded me of just how mysteries that happened in my garden, like the time I had a bag of shit just disappear out of nowhere because I had to take a shit and there was a wasp in my bathroom, and I'm allergic to wasps, so I couldn't use it, so I had to resort to taking a shit in a plastic shopping bag. And then I just launched it into the garden to dispose of the evidence in my panic. And I went to retrieve it later, and it just wasn't there. It just had disappeared. Just gone. I didn't know how to like begin, how to even, solve this mystery. Like where did it go? Where did it go? But then that got me thinking. I'm like, well, like I actually don't know what happens when you flush your shit down the toilet. Like if somebody asked me what happens after you flush your poop, I would not be able to answer with the utmost confidence. So I Googled it. And apparently this is one thing that I learned was that this is a quote. This is from the internet. So apparently a significant portion of flushed poo, in fact, ends up fertilizing crops that we eventually eat. So if you think about it, we're just part of a giant, endless circle of shit, just like the circle of life, but it's just all shit. It's like a poop loop of infinite nature. And just, sometimes there's core. Anyways, but so I felt like I was gonna expand on that because I provide this time. So that made me think about how shit, like we don't really talk about it. It's, farts are rude, bowel movements, but those are really beautiful uniting factors that unite us all as humans. Everyone has a butthole, for example, unless you're a robot. And in fact, I read a study that said in the future, to prove you are in fact human and not a robot, saying the word poop or mentioning poop or butthole stuff would prove that you are in fact a robot. I could not find the article, but I did read that. It was on the internet, so therefore it's science. Anyway, but it also made me think about just like, you remember that Two Girls, One Cup? Did you guys see that? Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. So that I feel like I have a new appreciation for that, because that truly just is like almost like an artistic expression of that loop of poop that we live in, just out and just in, and it's this beautiful sharing experience and friendship. And I also found out that upon Googling, did you know that there is a follow-up to Two Girls in One Cup called Four Girls Finger Painting? And that is a masterpiece. I did not know you could shit directly into somebody else's butthole, but they did that, and I just completely digressed. Anyways, so teamwork makes. My phone died with my stuff, but I'm gonna end with that. I think I don't know how long that was.
All right, fantastic. I was laughing. There's some twists and turns there.
It was non-linear.
I like the maybe mention that your poop could have been like a new type of fertilizer.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe somebody thought that's what that was. We like kind of going back to composting, like I'm really trying to get into composting, but then I realized that we're doing it as a whole already, so I don't even need to take that time kind of thing. Yep. And then Leslie Lynn from the comments, poop is a great unifier. For sure. Leslie Lynn, thank you so much. For sure. I like the poop loop. And then I just went further, poop loop a dupe. I don't know if that's...
I don't know. Kind of.
Yeah. I think for sure singing Circle of Life is a good idea.
I have another good where I do that, so I was like, oh no. I feel like I do that all the time. I'm always singing Circle of Life. Yeah, it always ends up being, okay. So.
Yeah, and then we got, you could mention some robots have buttholes.
Yeah.
Sex robots, but only them.
Yeah.
So
that is true. That wasn't inaccurate.
Yep, and then Poop Loop is adorable, according to Leslie Lynn. She's killing it in the comments there. So let's go to Kurt Russell. What does he think?
So when you threw your poo out with the bag there, that's actually a term. It's called a flying toilet. You could say that you invented a flying toilet,
A flying
something like
toilet.
that. Yeah. Um, uh, you could also mention like though everyone has a butthole, but not everyone can use it. Sometimes it goes straight into the bag. It might be a little wrong because people with Crohn's usually are bagging. I mean, sorry.
I like that though. I like that.
But I mean,
It's
it could go there. You can play off the fact that you're ignorant of where poop goes, and so it's like a big poop party. Like you know it all goes in. You know it all goes into the pipes, right? And so it's like, is there like a big party place where all the poop meets up?
Yeah.
It's like you've met everybody in town without meeting everybody in town. And then the song there for Circle of Life, it could be like, circle of life, all our poos down the pipe.
I love it.
Go with it like that.
Or bowel movements on, something like that. Yeah, there's something there. I like that.
Yeah. For sure. We got a Weird Al version of the song just coming right along. I would say like the just Two Girls, One Cup. I just want to mention that, that's such a portrait of friendship right there. That was so funny. It was so funny to me. So yeah, Michael. I know you don't. I know.
Sorry. I loved the Two Girls, One Cup stuff. That's hilarious. What was it like in the shooting for Two Girls, One Cup?
Oh, I like that. What? Yeah.
All right. Very cool. Michael, looks like you got a fan just joining and wanted to wish Michael good luck as he's almost a dad.
Aw.
Congrats, Michael.
Congrats.
I didn't really know what kind of jokes to be writing, so I have one roast style and two normal jokes.
Okay, we'll get to you in one second here. 1 second, Michael, okay? Leslie Lynn, she's just adding, so funny how it just got grosser and grosser. Shows the crowd that you are totally committed to the bit. So, and I just want to say that sometimes I have gotten ill from people's sets talking about certain things, and I didn't feel that. So
Good.
I think you were successful
Okay.
in talking about BMs in a tasteful way. So there we go.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Linnea, just where can we find you? What are you coming up with?
I don't really have anything coming up. Probably the best thing, follow me. I play a fish we have a late night talk show, a late night kids show for adults. So that's probably, I want to ramp up her social media. So it's at fish for 50960. I forget what the thing is. Anyways, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I don't really have anything coming up.
Okay, well, I think we should definitely all check out that show that you were just talking about that. So we're going to have that information in the chat when we're finished with the show, and then later on Facebook we'll be able to see that along with the stream. So awesome. And then Kurt Russell, let me get back to you. Is there any social media you want us to follow? Anything like that?
I don't have much. I have one episode of last week's Coffee, a show that I invented when the pandemic thing started. It's just a satirical take on news, and I'm trying to revive it again. So I'm going to be starting up a YouTube channel called Last Week's Coffee, and also I have my very first ever stand-up routine on YouTube. It is Kurt Russell, Masks Are Bad, because in 2018 I had a bit about masks. But yeah, that's just part of that bit. But I mean, it was yeah. And I do have a TikTok. It's called The Only Thing. It's just a bunch of random crap. It doesn't even make sense, really. there's one part where I made like a thermos rocket, and it blows up like 100 feet into the air. It's pretty cool.
All right, very cool. So Kurt Russell taking YouTube by storm. Go ahead and check that information out when we put this up on the workshop. You can find that later, look that stuff up, but definitely get those folks into your social media world. Michael, thank you so much for waiting. We're going to come up on you. What was your topic?
My topic was pilots.
Okay.
I have one roast style and the rest are normal. You're as funny as the shitty spin-off pilot to How I Met Your Mother, How I Met Your Father. But someone would come with something, and if it wasn't a roast, it would. What did the pilot of Kobe's helicopter say to Kobe before he crashed?
What?
Wish. If my dick was a plane and my wife's pussy was the Twin Towers, that pilot would run the plane right into that shit.
All right. Is that all, or any more? That's it. All right. Michael coming in hot with the roast joke and a 9/11 joke. All right. All right. Some good stuff. Yeah, I like the roast stuff for sure. You know, I would say you can even pick somebody's name. You could be like, oh, Conan O'Brien, you know, put a name in there and then, you know, finish it up if you're doing it during a set. I mean, it's usable for sure.
No, I'm using what I'm doing on another live stream. I just wanted to play with it.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. The Swish stuff, wow. No, it was pretty funny. That was good. Kurt, do you have any response to any of Michael's material?
Yeah, I kind of like how you went in an odd direction with like your setup. So like with the Swish thing, that was pretty good. It kept a surprise. You're thinking like what would the pilot say when the helicopter's going down? Do you think it'd be like something that's like worrisome or something? But it's just having to do with basketball. It's kind of a funny reference. And yeah, so like keep up like having that surprise twist at the end with what you're setting up. It sounds pretty good.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, very cool, you guys. Let's see. I'll do my set pretty quick here. So mine was fight scenes. And so, you know, Fight Club is what I automatically come up with. You know, you don't talk about Fight Club. Let's go ahead and change this out here. For sure. You don't talk about Fight Club. You know what else you don't talk about? People picking their nose. Yeah, people do not talk about that. You know, and I think everyone's just like, it has to do with like shame. You know, everybody kind of does it a little bit, you know, but they don't talk about it. But the one thing, thank you, Kurt Russell, the one thing I think, you know, that people are like, you know, that goes beyond the incredibly pale that I am is like the booger eaters. I don't know if you've seen these. I have run into more than one. These are adults like who eat their boogers. And, you know, it's just like you got a couple of different types. You know, you got the secret ones who are like in their car and kind of don't realize that is a clear window and I can see you. So, yeah, just full on digging for gold. and then finding the gold. Yeah, like that is what is happening. You know, and then this one girl, I call her the sneaky booger eater, because she would do a full on like pretend kind of thing where she would like pretend to like chew her nails. So she'd do one obnoxious habit, like, oh, I'm chewing my nails. Oh God. And then I just kind of sneak up and like kind of grab a little snack. And I'm like, girl, we see you. Nobody says anything, but we're like, you eat boogers, girl. And then there was a lady who full on professional grade. Like she had gone pro a long time ago. This was not a hobby. Okay. She had it down, you know, where she would grab a little niblet and then full on, niblet, And I'm like, girl, that is like habit embedded, deep rut in the like whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, she has been doing this so long that I'm like, when is she going to retire? You know, she just needs to get that pension sooner or later because I do not want to witness that. Yeah, she was kind of nutty. There's been this kind of big question lately, kind of, you know, how do you separate the artist from the art? You know, and I think the big example, you know, you got Louis C.K. and all these people. The big example for me is Michael Jackson. You know, like allegations and stuff. But you know, I find it very hard, almost impossible, not to sing along with Billie Jean when it comes on the radio. You know, it's hard, you know, and like when Beat It comes on, beat it, beat it, like it's a good song. Like, how do you not bop your head? I mean, maybe you don't listen to the radio. I don't know. I do. But to me, you know, like Michael Jackson is a little bit like the N-word, where it's something that you do in your car, just like eating your boogers, and nowhere else. They're singing along to that stuff, saying the full-on word in their car. They don't say it anywhere else, which is like, that's where it belongs. Okay, your car is just a trash bag of yourself. So anyway, that's kind of, that was it. That was kind of my, you know, like walking the line kind of thing. I don't know. So I'm going to go to the comments. I got comments for days. Let's go to the comments real quick. Facebook.
Oh. Frozen.
User, I'm loving what you're saying. All right. Are we back? Everybody's back. Linnea?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm sorry. My internet is just not the best. Okay. So here we go. Luke Logan out of the comments. Picking your nose is like listening to Nickelback. Right. Yep. And then we all do it and have a disgusting love for it. So still on the nose picking. All right. Facebook user. I've run into many booger eaters in public, and they are easy to pick out.
Hello.
Luke Logan, I caught a girlfriend doing it once, and she didn't see me. It was magic. And it is magic when you see that little gem in humanity. And then Facebook user, the only thing worse than a public booger eater is a boogie flicker. I hate saying, sir, I find it quite rude. You flicked your booger right in front of me and didn't even offer any. Facebook user coming in hot. I just Googled nose picking and I'm ashamed. Logan, we feel your pain. So, all right. So, Facebook users, thank you so much for commenting. I'm going to go down to Kurt Russell. What'd you think of that?
I have 3 kids, and one thing that I find a lot is our boogers on the wall. And it could be something like the kids are repainting. It's just like different kind of nose pickers and stuff. The wall wiper, the window streaker.
I love that.
Different things. I find boogers all over the place, especially like right up against the bed on the wall. Oh.
Window streaker is still so good.
Let's see. Wondering if their internal nose digging success could translate into real mining. Or maybe they're just trying to look deep inside to find themselves, or something like that. It could be like a trying to find your inner person through like digging, or like training for.
Oh, it's kind of like a self-help.
Yeah, there you go.
I like that. Get one inside.
It could be like one nostril gets jealous of the other. The one day you skip your mouth. Just wondering where a snack is.
Yeah. That's funny.
But yeah, that's the notes that I took down there. Yeah.
Okay. Luke Logan, he is loving this. Kurt Russell needs to escape from Booger York. Kurt, we love you, man.
No, thank you.
All right, Linnea, do you have any response?
I loved it. I forgot to I was just entranced. I was like, yep, this is great. I thought for sure you were gonna be singing "Eat It," like when you're singing. Like I know Weird Al has.
Oh my god, for sure.
But I thought that was where you were going. I thought you were gonna do a full on. I think Weird Al has like an "Eat It" one already,
He does.
but fine. I'm sure that it could be other. I thought that's what you were going for, and I was like, oh, so I don't know. That was just my thing with that. I love thinking about boogers. Like eating boogers is almost like a competitive sport. Like there's different classes of booger eaters. and the N word, like it took me a moment. I was like, oh my god, but it took me a moment. You meant like nose picker. I was like, oh.
I didn't. I don't want to explain it, but it's just like, I don't know. I was like, that's risky to say, but
I was just thinking of like all the other shit that people do in their car because they feel like it's this safe space where nobody can see them. Especially like, if you're wearing a mask, like just like the weird shit, just like we all do weird shit. We wouldn't do it around other people, but I mean, just do it.
Yeah. The innards of our car is a dumpster.
Yes, the inner bowels of the
For sure. Inner bowels.
The people with the most tinted windows probably have the dirtiest steering wheels.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I like how your car is your colon of your personality.
It's like it's your true essence. Like that is
who you really are.
What you feel like in the privacy of your own car.
Yeah.
Facebook user, I think picking your nose has made a comeback with Zoom calls. I've seen a couple folks not paying attention and are like, oh, do. I've seen him on like when you're in group mode or whatever.
Yeah.
It's funny. Michael, we haven't heard from you. Any thoughts?
I liked the booger flicking stuff. I thought it was hilarious. And the Michael Jackson one. See, like if I was in my own car and I was listening to like a Tech 9 song and like the Course to Dysfunctional came on, I would drop the N-bomb as I was listening to it, wouldn't you?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like in your car, you listen to Michael Jackson or you're doing Tech Nine, singing along. It's just like,
Admit though that you
yeah. So
Just don't
it's
be walking down the road on a headset when it comes on.
right. Yeah. So I don't know. I was just like, is this too much? Sometimes you got to risk it. But anyway, sounds good. I'm Alisha Rayne. You can follow me at Alisha Rayne on Instagram, at Alisha Rayne 2 on Twitter. I got some stuff coming up. I'm going to be in the set swap show tomorrow. It's a Valentine's show. And then next week, I am doing the Wish You Were Here comedy showcase. I'm the host of that and producer. So definitely check that out. That's on Saturday. So Michael, do you have any socials where we can follow you? Anything you got coming up?
Instagram at Michael Bolton Comedy, TikTok, but my TikTok is just me and my dog. It's not really comedy, but other than that, trying to get this podcast up and running. Other than that, nothing fucking really. A lot of shit on.
Okay, I gotta tell you, I love dog videos, so I might be following your TikTok on that. All right, guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and get Kurt Russell going on his set. I might just pop up for 1 second, but I will definitely be listening. So, Kurt Russell, take it away.
Okay, this isn't really a bit. It's more of like an interview, that I made up. So I'm just gonna run it by Bart's. And should you be worried? Welcome to the first edition of Hard Facts in Light. We have the honor of having Gaston Dabus with us tonight. He has been raising awareness the risk of flatulence in the public eye. What exactly do you want to share with us tonight? And this is Gaston. There is something I take very seriously, as the scientific community is aghast at the lack of awareness on this discomforting issue of public flatulence. It not only smells bad, but they can also be deadly. Gaston, precisely. Now, let me tell you why. A study in Australia created a fissure in the scientific community, revealing farts can spread bacteria. This must have caused ripples on both sides. Gaston, precisely. It left a gaping hole, exposing a gap in knowledge on the risks of passing gas that we need to fill. Then there's like an awkward silence to just both. And it's like, so what exactly took place during the study? The scientists had their colleague fart into a petri dish. Excuse me? Sorry, they had their colleague fart twice. Once in the petri dish while wearing pants. Another time without pants. How unorthodox. So what kind of data did this present? It was discovered that Parping was particularly proficient at procuring petri dish samples of bacteria. Discomforting indeed. So tell us the contrast between the two tests that took place. It revealed that the petri dish that was parped in without pants had a significant growth in bacteria, while the other produced no bacteria growth. So let's talk about the petri dish that had bacteria growth. It was thankfully not bacteria, but the stuff that you find in your yogurt. Very similar to that. But even though the bacteria was not harmful, there was a splash ring in the petri dish. A splash ring? What does this particularly reveal? It reveals that the exodus of gas propelled skin particles into the petri dish, causing further contamination of not only bacteria, gut bacteria, but demonstrating it was capable of moving physical mass much larger than an airborne fecal particle. Which could lead to the potential spread of infected cells other than fecal molecules, I would imagine. Indeed, studies show that the viruses can be present in up to 55% of fecal samples of an infected host, making it plausible to spread viruses through this aerosol method. Poo particles are what your nose detects as smell. This has been. Has there been any further research into this discovery? Yes, it was found in later studies. Uh, uh, it was found in later studies. It could project talcum powder large distances, even through plants. Well, it seems it has been established farting poses risks to your health. What can we do to help prevent this type of aerosol spread? Well, in the study, through the petri dish, through the other petri dish, remember? Yes. That dish where the colleague passed downward, passed downward back burps, it produced no bacteria whatsoever next day, as the naked tested. Okay, so this would mean that pants are an effective form of containment for those odorous infractions. Yes, in fact, the Chinese Center of Disease Control and Prevention Wing in Tongzhou District issued a statement regarding it. They advised the citizens that backwind could potentially cause viral spread, stating that pants should be sufficient protection against such a situation. Very interesting. They were advised to wear pants. Indeed. They did also mention that if an infected host were to release large amounts of gas, and that you are to lean in and inhale, you could be at risk at contracting a virus. That is very alarming. Gaston, I really appreciate you taking the time to be with us on this interview. Thank you for having me. Up next, Steph can join in our next episode.
So I missed the last part. Up next, what?
And that's it.
Oh, but you said up next, and then it went weird.
Oh, the sound went all weird. Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, you
Yeah.
said up next, and then I couldn't hear what you said the last.
Oh, okay. But that's it. That's all I had. I was just trying to write it out, and I don't know if it was super funny. I'm sure there's a lot to clean up, but that's what I had.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Perfect.
I love just like the idea of like describing it as aerosol, like farts as aerosol, like saw like that into the air. It just, I love that idea because I have this like vivid image, and just like this like potentially even like the lethalness, like pants don't fully contain it, having like walk by gassings or I don't know, just like all sorts of potential dangers.
Yeah. Oh, the guest's name is Gaston.
I know. I was hoping that was on purpose. I was like, that must have been Gaston. I like his French.
I gotta work on my accent though. I think I went to like great. German and then to Spanish and then.
Oh, it's fine. It's like it's ambiguously European. It's fine.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine.
All right. I'm so sorry, guys. I had to help somebody, but so what happened? Michael, internet popped out, or did he just leave?
I didn't notice. He might have lost connection.
Okay. Well, if he comes back, cool. We'll definitely listen to his stuff. Let's go ahead and say from Facebook user Kurt Russell and Michael Bolton, I'm star-studded. Lots of stars tonight, and I like how Michael is just watching YouTube over there. So very cool, Luke Logan. Yeah, guys, I will watch Kurt's set later, and I'll have some response. But it sounds like Linnea, you were given some good responses.
Mm-hmm. It was good.
Right.
It was great.
Okay.
Good stuff. And then Luke Logan, play up that Gaston. Add some I think I would need to sing it to know what was going on there. But All right. Very cool, you guys. Thank you so much for bearing with me on that. I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to Linnea.
Sure.
Yeah, let's hear what you got.
A bit. It's been so long. Kind of like, I just have a lot of short things that I usually do. Just in between, I usually do songs, but I'm trying to like get away from talky bits. And I was also trying to get away from like sexual shit, but whatever. So I'm just gonna maybe just let's do what should I do? Oh yeah, so this is like I haven't really worked on this at all. Hold on, sorry. Oh my god, where did it go? So I am a VIP. I'm a visually impaired person, actually blind in my right eyeball, which I had to get a corneal transplant, and I had to be it's very delicate, and I have to be very careful. So it's always such an awkward conversation when I, meet somebody new and we're like hooking up for the first time, and I have to be all like, just don't come in my good eye. Like, what? And I'm all like, to like pop their genitals out of my mouth. I'm like, I said, just don't come in my good eye. I forget how the rest of that went, but yeah, that was my VIP bet. Maybe I'll just do another little bit. Hey, Alisha.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever barfed on a dick by accident before? Have you?
Hasn't gone that far, but
I have. And actually 80% of all women I've actually accidentally barfed on dicks before. And I'm so used to doing this live, so it's weird. It's like, hey fellas, y'all ever had your dick barfed on? That, you know what? Heads up, that great blowjob you got, the one where she went a little bit deeper than normal and she made that cute little noise. What really happened is she mama birded on your dick and then baby birded it right back up. I feel like there needs to be a tag. What should I work on? Like, so I have no idea. I was going to talk about how what really chaps my flaps is mimes. So like mimes, like I feel like the art of miming is sexist, because you can't really, like, there's far too many things that look like penises when you mime them, and not enough with vaginas. Like, for example, like brushing your teeth looks like a dick, or driving a car, like that's double dicks. I could go on. I feel like it's an unfair representation, and I feel like it's time that we stand up and stop this sexist art form and end the silence. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just gonna, I'm like trying to think what else I was working on, but whatever. It's fine. I can't really. It's been so long. It's been like 11 months.
All right. Well, very good, Linnea. Thank you so much. Really good stuff. I think for the baby bird stuff, you could also go, you swallowed twice, kind of thing. And then the mime in the silence, that's really good. It's kind of a grenade where it takes a couple seconds to kind of get, which is fine. That's how most of my stuff is. I'll laugh when I'm in the middle of my next joke. So yeah, it was really good. It was really fun. Luke Logan, is this OnlyFans so much jerking? All right, Luke, thank you. Yeah, and I was gonna say what would be some sort of, vagina.
Yeah, like what would you buy with vagina? Like, do you like peeking through the blinds?
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
Yeah, like just make this sort of thing all the time.
It's not reference. It's not good. I don't. It's wrong. Put more. Oh yeah, I wanted to I always wanted to talk about how I think it's unfair that we need to start defacing property in people's faces with vaginas instead of penises. Take it back, but I don't know. Somebody passes out at a party instead of drawing a dick on their face, just draw anatomically correct vagina on there, just some lips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So much fun not having anything.
If it was just a huge pair of lips on your
It's
face.
just
Kurt Russell, let's get him in there. You got any response?
I like the VIP, the visually impaired person. You can play that up as you get into a lot of places just by being like that. It's you end up in a lot of just in a lot of places for free that people normally have to pay into just because you stumbled in there because you couldn't see.
I love that. Yes.
It could go on that line, and then that could go somewhere pretty good.
Yeah.
There's mimes. It could be into something a lot of people usually don't like mimes very much, like what you were saying, and but they always seem okay with themselves. It's they're never lonely. They can always pretend they have a girlfriend or something like that. It could go down a road like that too. I thought those are good good bases for a lot of funny things to happen too. Yep.
I love that. Thank you. The VIP thing about ending up in very exclusive places all the time because they just.
Oh, you got a new car. I'm thinking who's that girl that had the bit about where she got a gun or something like that, and she ended up getting a bus. It sort of made me think of that in a way. Is that it's you're blind and you're able to just Mr. Magoo yourself into a lot of places.
I love it. I love that. Yeah, it's very exclusive places that nobody else can go because no one else is there.
Yeah.
I don't know any better.
No one else is there, and now I need a phone.
Yeah.
I feel
I can't see the numbers.
There's also a way you could go with the Mr. Magoo, Pink Panther, accidentally solving crimes.
I love that.
Yeah.
That. It's way better than my bit I had before about the accidental racist. Yeah, that's terrible. It's terrible. Do you guys have bits like that where you would never say those now and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah, the line is different for sure. From 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Pre-Me Too movement, the stuff that's happening. The line was over here.
Yeah.
And now it's over here. And there's a lot of Gen X comedians have an issue with that, where they'll I don't, when people say they're triggered, and it's just you're actually triggered by the word triggered.
Yeah.
So people have a hard time, a lot of comedians especially these Gen X comedians have a hard time with this new line.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so the jokes, you have to evolve your jokes.
Totally, yeah, and have them be smart too. Because having this shit, I was like, what? I don't know. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if most of your jokes were just about race. Evolving your jokes.
It was just peppered in there. I was like, oh, I just didn't. I was unbeknownst to me. Yep.
Yeah.
So that is good. I'm glad to evolve.
I for sure feel like that's kind of an issue that a lot of people are struggling with,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, for sure. Kurt, do you ever find anything like that where you're kind of struggling with a joke that maybe was funny at one time, but not anymore?
I run a lot of stuff by my wife before I say it out loud. So then I get, they're like, oh, you can't say that. Like, oh, I guess you're right.
That's good.
I have a filter before I get online, I guess.
That's perfect. That's good.
But yeah, she usually I'll write a bunch of stuff out, and in fact, she helps me write some of my bits sometimes. She didn't help me with this one, but she helped me with the one I did John Wing. She came up with a few little things.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cute as well. That's cute.
Yeah.
So Luke Logan, just coming back to the chat here. Luke Logan, you're really animated. It makes it really funny. So Linnea, so he thinks you're funny with the animation. So that's very cool. All right. Anything else for Linnea or on our conversation? No? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of slip in here with my set real quick. I'm actually really kind of proud of myself because I wrote a poem recently. And, it's cool because I haven't written a poem since high school. And back then, I was a very different person. Like my hair was dyed multiple colors, and my eyeliner was just like all around my eyes, like to the point where I had the nickname Raccoon.
Oh.
It had nothing to do with the fact that I also had rabies. So so my poetry back then was very, very dramatic. Everything was shattered and broken, and there were a lot of synonyms for the word black, like obsidian and noir, and this like Nietzsche influence where it's just like, I looked at the abyss and I winked. Like who did I think I was? Yeah. But now my poetry is of course different because I'm a different person. Like now I work at a library, and so therefore all day I just tell people to shut the fuck up. So definitely a different person. So my poetry is going to kind of reflect that. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of read my poem to you. I hope it'll be like inspiring to you guys. So, walk the dog, shovel the sidewalk, write a poem. You know what? That is what I forgot to do. Yep, I forgot to donate that kidney. Yeah, guys, I just find it awkward when I bump into somebody outside of their natural habitat. And what I mean is I bumped into somebody at the grocery store from my work, and it was kind of awkward, like seeing Jim from accounting and like seeing what was in his cart, which was 4 different types of boxed wine. And I was like, are you a sommelier of just toilet wine? Like just one step above like Boone's Farm, Bartles and James wine cooler. Like it's just barely a step up, and it's just like, he has like this very refined palate, he's like oaky notes of desperation, and like has a back palette of back child support payments, but then he saw what I was buying, which was all of the Plan B. So, we found out something about each other that day. I found out that he was a single alcoholic, and he found out that I was a cheater. So don't tell anybody. But it's weird when, the opposite is true. When somebody from the outside world comes into your work, And so like, can you imagine seeing like your Spanish professor while stripping? That's awkward. Like, but we did learn something about each other that day. He learned that my stripper name is Synergy, and I learned that I can get an A in Spanish without studying. So, we learned a little bit. Guys, I watch a lot of medical shows, and what I noticed on these medical shows, both real and fiction, people like to stick a lot of foreign objects up their own ass. And, you know, to me, it's just like, what if you were a friend or a relative? And let me go back. You know, they stick a lot of foreign objects and it gets to the point where they have to go to the hospital because of it, you know? And so for me, I'm like, what if you're a friend or a relative and you're visiting them? You know, what gift would you get them from the gift shop? You know, would it just be a balloon that said better luck next time? Or would it be like a vase of flowers, but no flowers? You know, or is that just enabling? You know, but I think, you know, I think what you need to do is the exact opposite of that. You know, you don't want to, you know, impede their creativity, you know, but you want them to be safe as well. And so what you could do is throw them a passion party. I don't know if you know what a passion party is. It's like a Tupperware party, except with vibrators and butt plugs. So it's like, it's a place where you like go into a separate room with the salesperson, and because you don't want other people in the party to know that you bought something called the jackhammer, right? Or lube, which is on special now for $9.99. And then the butt plugs are only $19.99. So, you know, and then the Avon lady, you know, you know, passion party is, you know, done by a lady, and that lady is kind of like an Avon lady, except with fake dicks. And so, you know, you can call that person at www, like you can go to their Facebook page, you know, like, let's just say Alisha Rayne / passion parties, you know, and really, you know, like dildos, vibrators, you know, half off sale right now is what I'm saying. I didn't realize how much I would have to purchase ahead of time. So I have a lot of inventory that I need to get rid of. So yeah, that's my set. Kind of working on some stuff there.
Oh, it was brilliant.
Well, that's nice. Thank you.
Beach party. I love that. I fucking love that. That made me so happy. It was so delicious. That was just just brilliant, and it was just so fluid and just it's yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome. Awesome praise. That was really, really cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Luke Logan, he's coming in hot with the chat. Let's see what's going on. All right, Luke Logan. How bad does it fuck with a husband's ego if his wife goes to fashion parties? So, you know, how bad? All right, Kurt, do you have any response?
I wrote down here. I like the whole like habitat thing. I saw. Seeing people edit their habitat, it's funny. It's like you see a person that's in a suit normally, and then you see them in like what I call play clothes or whatever, and it's just like you don't recognize them. I like that whole line there. There's boxed wine. Have you seen canned wine before?
I've only read that in Girl on a Train.
Oh, okay. There's canned wine up here in Canada. There's canned wine, and I don't know if it'd be too soon maybe for the States canned wine jokes, but it could be like the different levels of like your disparity through wine, and you're identifying their disparity. It's like he was at boxed wine level, but he's going to be terrible when he's at canned wine level or something like that.
Yeah.
Or you could play onto like the different aspects of like there's different wines from different countries, and then you can play onto like maybe the Italians are like odd things that they do if they're drunk, or how they try and get their wine to themselves. Let's see. There's the guy with the it made me think of Facility Jerry. If you've seen that, it's a Seinfeld episode, and
Okay.
Kramer makes a Facility Jerry, and then George's dad falls on it. He has to go to the ER to get it taken out of his butt.
Oh my god.
So it's like just look up Facility Jerry Seinfeld. It's hilarious. But
I'll
you
look
could.
it up.
What I was thinking, like the foreign objects in your butt, but then remark like, but they're all from China. They're foreign, but China.
Oh my god, that's too funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could play off butt plugs as like a medicinal thing. Like medicinal, they have different features like a USB, a heater, AM/FM radio, the portable charger. It's just like different ways to describe
As a medical, like talk about it as a medical device.
a medical device, or like you're selling a car or something like that.
Yeah. And go further into the sales pitch.
The sales pitch is just like, oh, it's so good. Just,
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm like trying to get. It was just okay.
And I love how you could just, just like the blackmail from, finding out, running to people in the store and just.
Oh yeah.
Just be able to just blackmail them to, maybe sell you their shit. Like, I don't know, like, you have your.
Yeah, I mean, we learned something about each other.
Yeah.
That day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't above blackmailing me. So yeah, there you go.
You could work it in as like now you have a new long-term customer or something like that because he has to buy all your stuff or else.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's great.
Going back to my Spanish professor.
Or whatever it is in Espanol.
Oh, that's funny. If I said something in Spanish. Funny.
I don't know any Spanish.
If I could say synergy in Spanish, I so would. Or diamante or whatever, like diamond, diamante, or as he likes to call it, diamante. Or something.
Great.
It's just insulting to Spanish culture that I'm like, diamante.
You guys are just like, ciao.
Okay. All right. Well, very good. Luke Logan, thank you so much for all your comments. He just had one more, just kind of going back to what we're talking about with race and stuff. He was talking about being part Black. I second guess all my Black jokes. I want to make sure the audience understands my appreciation of the culture. I am teasing. So for sure, I think we're all appreciative, and if you're like, if you're like worried about what the audience thinks about it, then I think you are appreciative, whereas like, if you're just like, oh, I'm a racist, they're not going to really worry about what the audience is thinking.
Yeah, they probably don't give a fuck. Usually my rule is, I'm like, if I have to hesitate, I'm just like, maybe just drop it. I don't know, it's kind of my rule of thumb.
Yeah.
But, kind of depends.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's good to try it out first in front of other comedians to kind of be like, how is this crossing the line rather than walking it?
Yeah, or even how it feels delivering too. Because I know I've said like anything that I've had to drop, I'm just like, oh, that doesn't feel good. Ooh. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's important to sometimes just say
go with your instincts, but also maybe develop new ones.
Yes, yeah, exactly. You can evolve.
Yeah, get that feedback from everybody in your audience.
I would have done. Yeah, I wasn't sure what to do for the set. I want to do this again sometime. I'm sure this was fucking fun. I would have more prepared with my actual set because I have like more stuff, but I didn't. I don't know. I didn't know. I just thought it was like one bit, like, and I was like, oh, I don't know, whatever. It's fine.
This is the first time you've done it?
Yeah, this one. Yeah, so I was like, oh. This was great. I would have been more prepared with that and stuff.
Very cool. Sign up again, and you can request Saturdays. I'm the Saturday host, so And Kurt Russell, I feel like I've seen you in other mics. Not sure.
Yeah, I
feel like
was.
you-
I've been on a few of the comedy workshops already, and I was on both of Corey's and John's question and answer too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've done it a few times. Yep. So go ahead and just request a Saturday night again if you want me as the host again for sure. Luke Logan, just going back one more time. He's talking about synergy, synergycio.
Ooh.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Synergycio.
I Google translated. Sinergia. This is what it says in Spanish. Sinergia. Google Translate.
Synergia.
I'm trying to mimic the voice too. Sinergia.
Yeah, because Google says it out loud, so I'll try to do it that way.
I find every accent I ever do just ends up being ambiguously Eastern European. So,
Okay.
much like, yeah, it was good. It's my go-to.
My go-to is just the like accentuation of my already accent. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because South Dakota is like it's Midwest.
Yeah,
it's Fargo, but like
it kind of sounds like like out east, like just in the Maritimes, kind of got the same thing going on.
Yeah, we're not that far south.
Yeah,
from Canada, so we have our own little. Everything's a question. Oh yeah, like yeah, yeah. All right, great working with you guys. Thanks for the entertainment. So Luke Logan, he's thanking us. We're doing a good job. Obviously, that's what that means. This has been the workshop. Michael, we're sorry that you internet whatever happened, but we'd love to have you back. I'd love to listen to what you bring into the table. Everybody go ahead, put your information in the chat. And so everybody in internet's world can definitely look us all up. And we're going to friend each other, and we're going to be part of each other's social media, and it's going to be really cool. So, yep, this has been the workshop. I'm Alisha Rayne. We're going to go ahead and just get out of town, get out of Dodge. Have a good